Hey, I want to show you something. So this is a tool that I have grown to be more comfortable with, to really love, and it absolutely feels like an extension of me. And so in the email, I mentioned that having a tool can help build our trust with our own self, our intuition, our inner guidance, or even the archangels or the plants or the animals. Because there's so many different energies to tap into for insights and wisdom and direction and clarity. And to me, a tool isn't something that's outside of you or separate from you. It should be an extension of you. So I'm going to show you an oracle deck because it's kind of it's an easy go-to. You can carry it in your bag. You can throw it in the compartment in your car. You can have it on your desk, on your nightstand. So there's no right or wrong way to use them. So I'm just going to give you some suggestions on how I use them and how I benefit from them. I they're Oracle cards are definitely a tool. You're not going to get like a yes or no answer, right? The question is open-ended. So it's to promote like where am I at now, or what's coming next, or why is this happening? It's those kinds of questions that you're wanting to gain deeper insights on, more clarity. So I want to teach you first though how to kind of prepare for this experience. So Oracle decks are kind of all over the place. Hay House is a great publishing company that has all kinds of great authors who promote different decks. I love Colette Baron Reed. She has many, many decks, and the artwork is so beautiful. A lot of times, the oracle cards, it's the artwork that tells the story or gives you the clues or is the message. So, cards that have more detail, cards that even have a number up in the corner at the bottom or have a word on them or have a scene. When somebody creates a deck of cards, they're very intentional, right? So any imagery that's in the card speaks to the message that card is meant to be about, as is the word and the booklet. Most decks come with a booklet that also has a paragraph or two, or even sometimes a couple pages of description that speaks even more to the message in the card. So I love Colette Baron Reed. Carolyn Mace, this archetype deck, it's a big deck. There's a lot of cards in here. There's 80 cards. Typically it's around 40 to 50. But this is big because these are all the archetypes, like the mother, the hermit, the fool. My daughter used to use this deck in high school. She would pull one card from this deck in the morning before school to choose the archetype that she was meant to learn about that day or to become more of. And then she would pull from another deck to say, well, here's my goal for the day or my message for the day. And I love this one. This is by a friend of mine, Michelle Lewis, The Cosmic Transformation. Now, these are all oracle decks. There's tarot. I'm sure there's others, but I'm trying to show you a wide variety of different decks. And you can see these cards are bigger than these cards. So it kind of depends, like, do you want to hold it in your hand? Is it going to fit in your backpack? Sonia Choquette, this is also this is a great startup deck, I believe. And I think this one is too, The Wisdom of the Oracle. I think they're both really great places to start. But what if you are into something more specific? Like there's tons of angel decks out there. I love this one as well. It's also Colette Baron Reed. It's animal oracles. So it's all the animals, and you can see the artwork is just stunning. And then I've got another one. I've got one that's all dragons. I have one that's all crystals. And this one is The Wisdom of the Trees by Jane Struthers. I got this deck when we went to Sedona. Just such a beautiful, it really, so every card is going to be specific around the tree medicine. So anyway, you can order them online. You can order them on Amazon. You can get them at the bookstore, like Barnes and Noble even. New Age shops. They're just, in a lot of places. And maybe you've had a deck sitting around that maybe you were gifted or you bought years ago and you haven't opened it or really used it. I invite you to pull it out. I have a lot of decks. In fact, I got rid of probably half of them when I just recently moved. I've got a lot. But I tend to gravitate kind of like a pair of shoes, right? I have my favorite tennies that I like to wear. And this is my favorite deck. Denise Lynn has also got amazing decks. Oh, here's another one I wanted to show you. This is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Now, some of them come in these really, beautiful boxes. This one's quite large. Comes with this beautiful book and then these deck of cards. So this is a collaboration between Alberto Violdo, who is an amazing shaman, and then Marcela Lobos did the artwork. So this is a really cool deck. So if you have a birthday coming up, shoot, we just missed Mother's Day, but Father's Day, anything, put it in your shopping cart or your wish list, and let people know that's what, if somebody says, what can I get you? Even if it's a thank you gift. These decks range from, like this one was $40. Although, yeah, I'm looking for prices. I'm not seeing prices on all of them. This one was $20. So this would even be a nice gift for someone. Anyway, find the deck, and you might go through a couple that's like, oh, I like this one, but oh man, like I said, this one's just been sitting on my desk since the beginning of the year, and it just is my go-to. And I think it's because I just really connect with it, and it's really, even the cards are a little bit worn. They're not sticking together anymore. It's just a lovely piece. So I want to tell you what I do, and everybody does it different. And this is just to inspire you. You don't have to do it my way, but maybe it'll inspire your own little ceremonial connection with your deck, whatever you choose. I have one tarot deck, but I'm not a tarot person, and that's a little too in my head for me. But anyway, what I do when I first get a deck of cards, of course, I take off the plastic, open up the deck. I pull all the cards out and I set the book aside. And one by one, I have the deck facing down. This is the back of the deck. I have the deck facing down on the desk or on my bed or whatever. And I pull one card, the top card, and I look at it. I read the word. This card has got a beautiful purple crystal, like piercing through the universe. And it's going to the right, which is forward movement or future. The word is wonders. I'm looking at the colors. I'm feeling it. And what I'm doing when I'm feeling it is I'm infusing it with me, right? I'm holding it to my heart. I'm loving it. I'm thanking it. Because there's power here, right? And I want it to be my power. The artist and the author do amazing work. Amazing. Like, it takes time to create this kind of stuff. Believe me, because I've tried. But they have their own messages, right? And that's in the book. But I want this deck to be me. I want it to be a reflection of me, or I want it to dig deep in me and represent me. Because when I consult my deck It's about me or the people that I'm helping. So then I put that card down and I pull the next card. This one says Gateway. It's a beautiful unicorn. And he's moving through a gate, a metaphorical gate. You can see these two tall trees here. They're like a gate or a portal. He's coming through the path. Again, he's moving forward. He's a unicorn. He's magical. And then if you look, there's mountains that represent stillness and patience. But there's a waterfall here, and then a river valley and a bridge. So all of those little things, even the fact that there's a path or there's these two ferns, maybe the two ferns represent your two children. I love this card because I'm born the year of the horse, but the unicorn makes it a magical horse. Maybe the white of the horse is a message. The color of the sky. So again, I'm going to sit and I'm going to look at this and I want to absorb it and I want to pull out what I see. And sometimes I say it out loud and I'm just loving it and I hold it to my chest. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for connecting with me. And I go through one card at a time. And it's going to take some time because you want to take your time and really connect. Then what I do is I take the deck without the box in the book and I take it to bed with me. So when I crawl into bed, I hold the deck to my heart, connect with it again, and then I might slip it under the pillow or set it on the covers next to me, kind of put the covers around it so it doesn't like move and slide off the bed. And I do that for 3 nights. And when I wake up, I'll reach over and put my hand on the deck, or I'll grab them and bring them back to my heart. When you sleep with an object like crystals or your deck or a pendulum or essential oils, you're in a different place when you're sleeping, right? You're in other realms. You're traveling, you're connecting, you're dreaming, you're disconnected from the mundane. And so in that sleeping state, your room is filled with that energy. And having these cards close to you, you're taking them there with you to those places that we don't remember when we wake up. So sleeping with them for 3 nights, then pulling them out and putting them on my desk and then using them. And using them every day to start off with is a really great practice because you get exposure then to the cards. Because honestly, there's probably some cards in here I've never pulled. Like this one. Even this one. I don't think I've ever pulled the happiness card. Now there's 2 dolphins, they're swimming, they're going backwards, right? Because they're like the clock, the hands of the clock. If they go counterclockwise, they're going backwards. So this card I've never pulled before, but the more you use them, the more exposure you'll have to the cards. And then the more you'll connect with the cards and the messaging, and the more you'll start trusting. Because this is just like, to me, the card is like, this is kind of what I'm picking up, but I need more information. Or this is what I'm picking up, I need validation. I need confirmation. And that's what these cards can deliver. Now, in the books, like I said, there's typically descriptions, but at the beginning of the book, it will tell you how to use the deck. If it's, most books. And if you can use them however you want, but there's specific card spreads and everybody does them different. You'll read one book and a 3-card spread is past, present, future. And some people pull the present card first, then the past card, then the future, or they might call them, the first card you pull is what got you to this point. The next card is where you are right now. The next card is where you're going. So, and then there's 5-card, 9-card, there's all kinds of spreads that you can use. And each card basically represents something different. And you can really make it up. You can decide however you want. Maybe if right now you're going through something and you really need clarity on how you got here, maybe that's where a lot of your cards are being drawn until you're ready to say, where is my accountability here, or what is my role? Then your cards are about that. And then perhaps, working towards what I need to work towards. There's just so many ways to use them. I use them after I do a chart reading with a client. To me, it's a great kind of ending to the session. There might be a message that I missed or that just needed to be added, or it's a message that kind of sums up the reading that they had. I will pull charts to it sometimes at the end of a class. It's a way for us to kind of come back and focus on an intention and pull a card for some inspiration or for some hope. You can pull a card for positive reasons or for challenging reasons. It's really up to you. Here's another tip. So how you shuffle them, and once you have met each card, give them a good shuffle. I have a tendency to shuffle this way, and sometimes the cards get stuck when they're new. So sometimes maybe spreading them out on the floor or on your bed on a surface where you can just kind of, and the cards that get stuck, I'll kind of twist and bend them too. Just a little bit, not like put a crease in them, but I just want them to just sit separately because I want them to be easy to select. So once you've shuffled cards, like for me, when I'm just here on my computer and doing it this way, I would just shuffle this way. And I shuffle and I'm asking the question while I'm shuffling. Like if I'm at the end of a chart reading, I ask, what else does so-and-so need to hear at this time? Or what other kind of support can we give so-and-so at this time? And I keep shuffling till I feel like I don't need to shuffle anymore. Then I set them on the table, I cut the deck, and I pull the first card, or the top card. So I just pulled the card Simplicity. What a simple image, right? But to me, like white feathers mean something. I have a friend who passed, and she sends me white feathers, the little ones, just like this one. So there's something here, right? A message. So I will interpret this how I see it, but I'll also read it to my client or to the person. If I was doing this for myself, I would go in to my room, my bedroom, and I'd lay on the bed and I'd set the tone. Maybe I'd light a candle, maybe I'd bring my journal in, and I'd spread the deck out on my bed, just fan it out. So every card is at least sticking out a little bit, right? So I'm going to fan all of them like kind of in an arch in front of me. I know this is kind of tricky for me to show. So if they're all kind of arched, but in a bigger arch in front of me, what I do then is I ask my question, and I ask it, like I said, not in a yes or no kind of way, but in a way that's like, I need clarity on why this is happening right now, or I need clarity on what to do next. And then I take this middle finger and I drag it ever so lightly all the way across until it catches. It will catch. And if it doesn't, you get to the end and it doesn't catch, then slow down, take a breath, repeat the statement, the question, and go back, and you'll pick up a card and it'll drag, and it's like, okay, that's my card. Whenever you pull a card out, however, if you're shuffling it and cutting the deck, or if you're mixing them all up and you just see a card and you pull it, or if you're dragging your finger, what you do is you pull your card out, take the rest of the deck, set it aside, and say, all doubts removed. By saying that, because this is what happens when we start using these decks, is we start like, oh, that doesn't really make sense. Like, oh, that answer, this card doesn't really resonate with my question. Oh, shoot, well, maybe I should do it again. Trust me, we do that. So after you've removed your selection from the deck, move that deck off to the side and say, all doubts removed. Meaning, I'm removing any doubts that my card is in that deck. It's right, that what I need is right here. It may not make sense to you right away. That's okay. But what if you're doing something and you see a white feather? You're to stop and look around and go, what was I just thinking about? Shoot, I was beating myself up again. No, or maybe I was just really busy and I kind of forgot something. Okay, simplicity. Chill out. Simplify your life, your day, your life a little bit, your mind. It'll come to you. If you can pull another card for further clarity, but you don't want to pull another card to replace the card that you got, because now you're telling your higher self, the angels, the universe, the cards, oh, I don't trust you. I don't trust myself. So really lean in and trust these messages. It may not make a connection to you. That's okay. Do it again later. Do it again tomorrow. Not to replace this or not to dismiss your original card. The purpose of this is to build trust in ourselves. And if you create a deck that is an extension of you, it will teach you to trust yourself. And it will work with you. It will support you. And it's really like having a friend. It's a way for your higher self to communicate to your ego self, your present self in human form. It's just such a lovely, beautiful relationship. Same thing with my pendulum. I have this beautiful pendulum one of my students made for me, and it's the same thing. I sleep with it. I charge it with me. I hold it. I have friends that carry it in their pocket, carry it in a little pouch wherever they go. Mine sits in a little selenite dish so that it's cleansed all the time, right? With the energies being cleansed. Whether it's a journal or whatever, make sure that you're creating a sacred space. Pulling a card isn't something that you're going to do like in the McDonald's drive-thru, right? Because your mind is you're looking for your wallet, whatever. You have to move the car. You really want to create a space where you're taking some big deep breaths, setting the tone. Maybe you spritz some essential oils, or you light a candle, you burn some incense. Set this stage. It's kind of like awakening spirit within and around you to say, like I can see all of the spiritual energy going, oh my God, she's activated. Let's all go in. What does she need? What does he need right now? Because it's kind of like turning on the open sign to the universe to say, I'm open to receiving. And it's just such a beautiful gift to yourself to find a deck, purchase a deck. And it's okay if you don't like that first deck. Maybe you gift it to somebody else and they fall in love with it. Maybe you know somebody who has decks and you can borrow, or there's a deck that they don't like or aren't using, and like I did and gave some away. And this deck that I've been using, it may not be my favorite for a whole year or the rest of my life, but right now it's really serving me and my clients, and I couldn't be more happy. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, any other tips I can give you. When you get done, make sure you give thanks. Always being in a state of gratitude for the insights, the wisdom you received, and take action on the message. Whatever that is. If it's, going for a walk, cleaning up the house. I've got a deck here. This one, there's one that says, what is it called? It's basically telling you to sweep the house, clean up, organize, take care of those basic needs. So if you have any questions, please shoot me an email. Let me know what they are. I think that's it. Just have fun with it. Spirit energy is all about light. The lightness of life, not just light like the shining light of the sun or of the heavens, but levity, So keep it light. We don't need to be serious about this stuff and question if we're doing it right or wrong. Do it your way. Be silly about it. Let the angels play with you. Let your higher self relish and celebrate that you're wanting to connect. I love you. Have fun with it. Let me know how it goes. And if you are already doing oracle cards, let me know what your favorite deck is. I would love to maybe compile a list of decks and shoot that back out and share that with everybody at a later time. But anyway, thank you. Have fun with your deck. Bye. Or whatever tool you choose.